Hey everyone, this is Adam. Just wanted to get a quick update out there for everybody. With a campaign that's kind of more sandboxy, like Two Past Midnight's been, it's always kind of hard to tell exactly when that campaign is going to be coming to an end. So just wanted to give everybody some forewarning in the next, 2 to 3 months or so. We're probably going to be wrapping up our campaign Two Past Midnight. So I wanted to let everyone know ahead of time that we're kind of getting close to the end of this one. In these kind of campaigns, I know for me at least, it's a little bit trickier to figure out exactly when and how the campaign should end, since there's not like a specific, big bad evil wizard or something like that that's trying to destroy the world and they have to take that guy out. So I've always had an idea of storyline wise where an ending would be, and we're kind of getting pretty close to that. So in my head, I'm thinking, as a ballpark estimate, nobody hold me to this, probably around September, we're probably going to be wrapping up this campaign. So we do have a plan for what we're doing next. It's already in the works. Just wanted to give everybody some heads up on that. We're going to switch systems for a little bit, run another long form campaign. It's still going to be very similar tone wise and system wise, but a little bit different. So I'll be announcing more specifics about that coming up. Just to let everyone know that the way this is going to end the Two Past Midnight campaign, my intent is to have it be more of like a season finale than a series finale. So there's still going to be some storylines that are probably not going to be completely wrapped up, but that way we can come back to it later and continue on with that same world. So keep an eye out for that, and it's going to be coming up soon. We're actually very, very excited about what we got coming next. So anyway, without further ado, welcome to episode 153 of Two Past Midnight, an intercepted message. So you continue north to the tree line. You get up there. There's not really anything notable here. I'm going to give you some stuff just because you rolled high on your recon roll. You do find a couple empty shell casings from like AKs in the tree line. And then like back behind that patch of trees, you can see like, it opens up again because you're mostly in open terrain. There's still like patches of trees here and there, but for the most part, it's predominantly open. So you kind of would infer that whatever guns had been used to shoot there were probably on this side of the tree line, like on the back side. And whoever was in the tree line was probably calling for fire on that. But I mean, other than that, blown to shit houses, any structure that's around here looks like it's been taken out, but nothing really jumps out at you. Interesting. Nothing of note over here.
So now I'm wondering, is Mirror World, where everything is backwards and upside down, we are looking for NATO lab, yeah?
That's my biggest question, is about the whole mirroring and what all is mirrored and what is through the looking glass and what is not. That's the kind of the biggest thing that's got to making me just doubt myself on this is I mean, you've got two different episodes of mirroring. I mean, so they're clearly talking, but am I overthinking things?
I don't know. But what if it's a Russian base and not NATO? Upside down and backwards, huh?
Yeah, sure. I don't disagree.
I mean, really, anything's possible.
But what else could be here? What else is here?
I mean, nothing in your visible range jumps out and screams research lab. You know what I mean? Like, nothing here seems like it's that kind of facility. It's more like farmhouses, a gas station, like whatever's left of farmhouses more so. But nothing that's like, hey, there's a industrial building of some sort, Like nothing that particularly looks like a lab.
Okay, so this place is... No lab is here. What about, what is opposite of mirror?
Window?
No.
Hold on. 1 second. I don't even care, Kyle. That was so dumb. I'm going to give you a challenge point for that one. That was so bad. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, we could work it out both ways and see give ourselves options.
So 70 kilometers the other way is other side of river past where Holmes go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long way.
Very.
I don't know. I feel like it... Everything was saying it should be here. Fucking everything says it should be here. Why is not here?
Well, I mean, if you were having a disease factory, would you make it obvious?
These fucking books and these fucking maps and these fucking germs and these fucking war. Fucking fuck.
Man, now you sound like me. That's not a compliment.
If you were going to have a research facility in war times in this type of area, you would not make it to where you could easily see it walking down the road. Something like this would be possibly underground.
Down the rabbit hole?
I mean, yeah, that was always my assumption. That's why when we went to that house, I wanted to look and see if there's any kind of floor entrance. That was my thought.
It's going to be... Hiding it is going to be its highest security. I mean, we can take off walking. We've gone to Mordor and back within this country, so I don't know what to tell you. We can keep wandering around aimlessly. I mean, if this is a dead end, we can go back the other way. We can go back to where we originally had the location from Alice. We can...
Well, I don't think we can go the other way until we kind of give it everything we've got to make sure there's nothing here, even though there's...
I mean, whatever's here, I would not expect to be visible just wandering around.
But these are coordinates, and there is no more information here, except the Russians attack out of north, and they shell north. Like I say, maybe is upside down, backwards, left, right. Maybe is actually a Russian facility, and we need to follow the Russians.
Follow the Russians to what? To where?
The facility. Maybe facility is theirs, not NATO.
Okay,
but Russian.
That's fine. We're not on anybody's actual soil here, so...
We are on Polish soil.
Right. You're not saying Polish military, so... I mean, we're at an impasse here as far as that's concerned. Nothing of the evidence that you guys have points us in any direction other than where we're at right now.
Yep.
None of the clues all make sense to go anywhere other than where we're at right now.
Why would clues lead to battle, a place where all of NATO soldiers are dead?
Maybe, yet again, we're looking at something that doesn't have anything to do with the other. I mean, what happened out there could have just been happenstance of that's where Hell on Wheels and...
There has to be something here. Merrick is going to continue to investigate the gas station even further. From the group, the NATO group coming with, or attempting to make it to the gas station for cover, he's going to just continue to search where he's at.
Okay.
It has to be here.
All right, so you basically are going to walk the direction back towards the gas station and...
Yeah, he's going to canvass the whole area. Like,
Right.
I will spend 2 days doing this, if it comes down to it.
Okay. Kyle, roll me a weather roll, because I don't think we did one for the daytime yet.
5.
Still cloudy. All right, so what's anyone else doing while he's investigating?
Scrounging.
You want to scrounge in the area? You want to scrounge or forage?
I will scrounge.
Okay.
Murph's actually going to go up on top of the gas station and set up shop.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to forage. I lied. I'm going to forage.
Liar.
I am. Sit on a throne of lies.
All right, Emmett, what are you doing during the day shift?
Emmett would actually go out to the where Murph and them had seen the battle and kind of walk around, see if he recognizes anyone, double check all the names, because even though Murph said that it wasn't Peterson, he would still kind of check all the identification that he could. And there in that open area in the field or whatever, he would just kind of drop to his knees and just start crying out to God, because I mean, at this point, he was after his son, he's after this plague, he's trying to do everything that he believes the Lord has told him to do, and he has at every turn come up empty-handed. So if you're gonna maroon me here and stop giving me direction, that's fine. You're entitled to do whatever you want to do, but I feel like I at least deserve some closure, some answers. I've been doing everything that you've asked. I'm trying my best. I know I'm not a good man, and I don't claim to be. And I know I deserve much worse than what I've gotten so far. But Keanu doesn't deserve this. These men I have with me, they don't deserve this. Don't keep making me watch people die chasing something that ain't here. What do you want from me?
We cut away. And we see Keanu and the other people he's with Yuri, and they're kind of patrolling along, and they stop, and one of the other guys is saying something to Yuri, and he's kind of looking up ahead. Leans back to the person beside him, says something. And he kind of like motions, and we see Keanu, and he like motions to Keanu. He's like, come here.
Yes, sir.
Up ahead there is a building. We are going to camp there for the night. He's going to go up there. We'll wait here, and once he clears the area, we'll move in, the rest of us. So just be ready to move.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready.
And we see that guy go moving forward. He kind of like takes off and like drops down behind some like shrubs and kind of looks around, gets up and moves forward to the next location. And then one of the other guys that's with you moves forward to the shrubs where he was. And he's like, just wait here. They're going to move forward, both of them. They move forward a little ways, another 50 meters or so, and all of a sudden you hear a shot ring out. Ka-ka! And that guy that was in the front drops. And then it's like, they're like, shots from the north, and you just, and you can see shots coming from the tree line. Keanu, to the north of you, and it's an ambush. We cut away. LT, you were going to forage, I'm assuming for food. It is a -1 based on the terrain you're in.
1 success.
All right. You are able to find a ration of something? Cabbage?
Cabbage.
It's one lone cabbage in this field.
Definitely. Would it need prepared or can it be eaten raw?
Let's see. What is it with wild? I think you're fine with the wild. It can be eaten raw.
Cool.
Yeah. Technically, by the rules, it's the meat that has to be prepared. But yeah, it can be eaten raw. It'll still spoil in a week or whatever the fuck it is. But as a wild ration.
I just kind of like the visualization of Murph with the watchful eye, just making sure nothing is going on. Emmett having the existential crisis of the loss of his son and everything going on. Merrick's frustration with not being able to find everything that's going on, and me going, ooh, a cabbage.
All right, Murph, so you see LT gets a cabbage. You can see Emmett over there in the middle of the field, like in that battlefield area, like on his knees. And you're up on the roof, kind of, scanning the horizon, looking around, seeing if you can see anything. You don't see anybody coming towards you. It seems fucking quiet, but that quiet that's like unnerving, It's just wind, clouds in the sky. It's just fucking gloomy as shit. And you hear Dr. Dolinsky from behind you. It's like, how are you doing up here, Murph?
I'm pretty good, thanks, Doc. I'm just keeping an eye on everybody, make sure we don't get anybody sneaking up on us.
Yeah, it seems dead here.
Too quiet, right?
Yeah, that is the expression.
I don't know. Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
Maybe.
You're always asking everybody how they're doing. How are you doing?
My stomach is feeling better today. It was a little, off the other day. I think it was just because I was hungry. You guys got that moose meat. That was nice. So, having some food in my belly was actually good. I think that's why it was hurting. Actually, was because of malnutrition. I'm fairly certain that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could go for some vegetables, get things moving. Some fiber would be nice. Maybe a good cabbage if someone had one. That would be ideal.
Well, guess what? You're in luck.
Oh, great. And he looks over and we see LT just gnawing on a cabbage.
Yeah, it's LT looks like he got a cabbage. I don't like cabbage.
It's good. It's good for the digestion.
Tastes like shit. It smells like skunk.
Nah, it's great. It's good food. It's good for your soul.
I mean, I'll eat it to survive, but I won't like it.
Nah. It's a staple of Polish diet. Cabbage.
I know. There's a pretty decent-sized Polish community where I live, or where I lived. Pierogies.
And Irish.
Glumpkies.
Yeah, so we see Merrick working his way back through, and we see him walk by Emmett talking in the field. And you're going along, Jeremy, and it just... Nothing in the field jumps out at you as like, oh, here's the thing, you know? You're like fucking checking everywhere. It seems like, no, this was a field, you know? There was a battle here, a small one with, you know, small forces. But start making your way back towards the gas station. And I know you're pretty much going to like search the shit out of that. And it's not really a basement. There's an office, you know. You find some like paperwork in the back that has like, you know, that no one looted because that's stupid. You know, it's like receipts and shit, you know, like their accounting books, you know, for when trucks are showing up to fill the tanks with petrol.
Getting their snacks.
Yeah, getting their snacks delivered. But all of that's from like a few years ago. You know, anything in the books like indicates that like this, you know, like everything else in this area, things kind of went to shit before, like early on as people, you know, the supply chains broke down and, you know, maybe the business was still being run in some fashion, but barely, you know, as like gasoline starts running out. And you check the tanks. The tanks are fucking dry. People have come through and whatever was left in them has either been drained or gone bad. And, yeah, there's not even like a basement entrance in the gas station. There's a storeroom in the back. Looks like people have pillaged it.
There has to be something here. There has to be something here. There has to be something here. Otherwise, all of these clues are bullshit. And why the fuck are we out here chasing these bullshit clues? Maybe this fucking lab is goddamn bullshit. Maybe it's all fucking made up and the goddamn plague is just fucking God cursing us again with more shit. This fucking thing. This fucking Americans, fucking Russians, fucking bombs. Fuck this.
Emmett, you look up. You see a pigeon flying overhead, coming in from the east and headed in a westerly direction. Just a single common wood pigeon. And it keeps flying off.
The dove's broke-ass cousin.
Things is everywhere.
Beside you, all of a sudden, you just see this little piece of paper fall. It's like rolled up. And you realize, did that fall off that fucking pigeon? It's like got a little string tied to it.
Motherfucking homing pigeon.
I mean, I guess, yeah, Emmett would immediately get up and get it.
So you unscroll it. I mean, it like lands like fucking 4 meters from you, right? Like you just see this like little piece of paper fall, right? It just like rolled up and you're like, what the fuck? At first, maybe you thought the bird shit, but then it's just like this little piece of paper, a little tiny scroll. I'm assuming open it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so you unscroll it, and on it, it says, Dear Rebecca, my love, I don't think I'm coming back. That's it.
Emmett would kind of ponder over it for a minute or so, and he'd walk back up to the gas station with these guys in. You guys ain't gonna believe this, but I was out there in the field, and a pigeon flew overhead and this piece of paper fell off of it. I mean, it doesn't seem to. I mean, it doesn't make a lick of sense to me. But
Come on, Emmett.
I'm not.
You got a raven?
Where else am I going to get this piece of paper from? If I would have got it out of somebody's pocket out there, I would have said I got it from somebody's pocket. I mean, it fell almost in my lap.
That doesn't make any sense. It fell off of pigeon?
Pigeon was
Like
flying
homing pigeon?
overhead, and here's a scrap of paper.
Well, that's not how homing pigeons work. Normally, they
That's crazy.
go and they land, and they have roost. They don't like draw message like mailmen. You know, they's attached to them, and they land, and then caretaker takes pigeon.
Right, but what happens if the caretaker isn't there to take it off?
Well, it's still forget it. It doesn't makes no sense. This is may I see?
Yeah, here, be my guest.
You read the same message and in English,
Is Rebecca anagram possibly or is this Lieutenant Bruce? Does this make any sense with any of your songs or stories or philosophy?
I do not believe there's a Rebecca in any of this. Right, Adam?
No.
But that's just, that's crazy. It's a strange coincidence. Did you catch what direction it was going or coming from?
I mean, it was going, east to west.
That's, interesting.
More specifically, a little bit southwest.
Okay, it was headed southwest.
Interesting. I wonder if this is a communication line. It runs. I wonder if there's more. Maybe we should keep an eye up. See if more pigeons take off. It's weird.
You say it's coming from east, from northeast?
Yeah, kind of going more to southwest. I mean, there's no telling how long this thing was on that pigeon. That's what I'm saying. Or did it just fall off? I mean, that pigeon could have been riding around with this note for a minute or two.
Okay, but here is how the homing pigeons work. If it is a homing pigeon or communication by pigeon, so they have place that they live and they roost, and that is where they live. And then you take pigeon with you, and then you attach note to pigeon, and then you let go, and it goes back to original place. So whoever sends message is to the northeast. Whoever is receiving message is southeast. Northwest? Yes.
Southwest.
Whoever is sending message is northwest. Receiving is north or southeast. And is basic base of operation over there. So why are they not returning? If it is secret lab, there is no reason to return because you are stuck, busy, or cannot leave because you know too much. Maybe we go to Grozek and see if there is more there. There is town there.
There is town, but that would be northwest. This was heading southwest and came from northeast.
It was heading southeast.
It's going to. It looks like it's.
It was headed southwest, from northeast to southwest.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just the yellow line.
Oh, I have my directions backwards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm preoccupied. So it comes from northeast. Okay.
Only you, Emmett, would get messages from above, but no clarity from them.
Yeah. I don't know what it all means. I'm not even going to try and pretend to. I mean, at this point, the only thing we've got to go on is somebody's farewell note strapped to a pigeon and all the books that we gathered up that all point us to where we're standing.
Think there's any chance that's just code?
There's high possibility is code, but without rubric or some basis for cracking code is, I think we follow origin of bird. I think we go back to where bird come from.
So we continue north and east?
That is what I think, yeah.
I mean, at this point, that is, almost the definition of a wild goose chase.
Is wild pigeon chase.
I will point out that birds also have a tendency to follow roads and rivers,
Not
like
all.
landmarks when they're going along. It's one of those weird things. Like recently, they've done studies. Like birds have started, like they used to follow rivers mostly, but then as we've built roads, they've started using those for navigation. Like they'll fly along the roads and use them to like navigate.
It doesn't matter.
Which is
they're not
interesting.
real.
Huh?
It doesn't matter. They're not real. That's just
Well,
how
right.
they-
They're
that's how
robots.
they
I'm just
charge
saying
their
they use
batteries.
Google Earth. That's all I'm saying is they're using Google Maps to
That's
navigate.
because they've laid electromagnetic fields inside
Yep.
underneath the roadbed.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how they're going to get like electric cars and
Yep.
navigation going. And and the
You
birds
need them for
are,
Teslas. I'm with you.
and
Yeah,
the birds
yeah.
are powered off of those.
Yep.
But anyway,
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
really lost the thread on this one. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I just thought I'd throw that out there about roads and directions and birds. And how weird of a choice it would be to go see where a bird came from.
Right.
But also, yeah, sure. If you want to head northeast, I don't care.
I mean,
That's
if,
up to y'all.
if anything, at this point, Grojek is right there. Maybe they know something that happened with the Hell on Wheels. Maybe somebody that was left out of that unit maybe was able to get there, go in one direction or another. Because at this point, the only other thing we have is we know that Keanu's tank was seen crossing the river back close to what was that? The church fight, which was the river crossing between Lubertown and Radzen?
Radzen Podlotsky?
Yeah, we had the major tell us that he saw the tank there. Then we've seen the tank over at its final resting place. Looked like it followed the road over to its final destination there. Best of my ability, I would say they were probably pulling back towards Germany, which is what we had heard from some of the other soldiers we've met up with, that was where the American units were supposed to be heading.
Okay, so what about... So we can assume your son, Keanu, is heading back to Germany with the other NATO forces, but what about this disease lab? Do we think it is even real at this point? It could be all bullshit made up.
I don't know. I still think there's too many coincidences to rule it out. But I think at this point we also don't have enough puzzle pieces to complete it. Feels like we pulled the box out of the attic and don't have all the pieces.
I hate puzzles so fucking much.
Well, man,
So,
I say we mark this gas station on our map. It's a good place to fall back to. I say we go check out Grojek, which is right here on the map.
You know, I'm all for it. That was my idea yesterday.
I know it was.
I would like to still investigate this area. Maybe I've missed something, because this is place on map. I would like to stay here for some more time and look for more.
What time of day we got, Adam?
What?
What time of day are we?
Daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's daytime and cloudy. So anything else you would be doing would be the evening.
Well, do we want to spend another night here, or we want to head that way? Or do we want to split up?
Not a big fan of splitting up.
You've played too much D&D.
Too much Scooby-Doo.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go head over to this town without you, Novak, if we don't have to. You are a native speaker, whereas none of us are. So depending on who we run into over there, your services will be needed. So if you want to stay here and search, we can camp out here until you're satisfied.
Dr. Dolinsky is also native speaker. He could go with you and translate for you. I could look more here.
We could do that, but I don't know if he would be able to choose his words carefully enough.
Okay. All right. Let us go to Grozek. Do you want to go? When do you want to go? Are we going now, or are we going morning? One time?
I mean, it should be a pretty easy hump to get there, so I mean, we could still probably make it before it gets dark.
Okay. Let us go to Grozeka.
All right, so you guys are going to head to Grozek?
That's it?
Okay, who all's going? Who all's going?
Everybody.
Whole group, a whole kit and caboodle.
Okay. You don't need a survival roll because you're in road hexes.
Road hexes.
So I guess roll me a recon roll at a -1 for the evening lighting as you're headed that way. And Kyle, roll me a weather roll. Actually, before you roll that, Kyle, roll me a weather roll because that might affect the recon roll.
2.
Still cloudy. Okay.
11 and a 5, so 2 successes.
All right. So you start headed to Grozek. You're moving along, and it as you get close to it, from a little ways off, you can see that they have like checkpoints on the road going into the town, right? Like the main road's headed in, and you kind of notice it from a ways away. Let me roll how far away it is that you notice it from. So about 320 meters ahead is where you see the checkpoint. As you're moving up, and you can see like they have a few people, like armed guards, at the checkpoint. At this one specifically, it looks like 5 people at that checkpoint, and they have like, blockades of old rundown vehicles kind of like blocking the road. And like 5 people there. They seem to have AKs, but they look like mix of civilians and like probably Polish military.
Which could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we got another detour ahead.
I don't think that's a detour. I think that's pretty much the entrance to the town.
Yeah, that's the entrance to Grozek.
I don't think that's either we go up and see if they let us in, or we skip Grozek altogether.
Do we go as a group or scouting, or how do we want to do this?
Don't we usually just send you and I?
That's how we've done it the last couple times, but that was not somewhere we were trying to gain entrance to as a group. I think we'd be better off staying as a group. Anything else would probably be seen as suspicious.
Maybe we just stay and watch for a little bit. We have time.
We ain't got nothing but time.
We stay, we watch, and if it seems okay, okay. If it seems no good, no good.
Yeah, we can do that.
If we're going in, you're going to be the one to talk our way in.
No, maybe we won't need to talk our way in. Maybe they just let us in with understanding of, basic rules.
I mean, not everywhere we've come across. I mean, we've been to several different places that have been welcoming as far as communities go.
Yeah, see?
Just all. Problem is they all look the same.
Yeah. Not all of them are like Zvolen.
Right. Not all of them make their intentions obvious.
Yeah, that too. I say we wait and we watch. We stake out, and then we know.
Oh, well, at least no more than we know now.
All right, so you guys are gonna stake out and watch it for a while.
Just like Parju.
Okay. Which one of you has the lowest recon roll?
Dang it.
Roll it at a bonus of +2 because of the range.
2 Bs then.
That's not bad.
An 8 and a 9.
2 successes.
About the best you could hope for.
All right, here we go.
I mean, he could have gotten 4, really.
I mean, he could have.
The odds are slim.
The odds are very slim.
One of us is dead.
just thinking, how's he going to do this?
So, Jeremy, you know that Groshek is actually the capital of the county that it's in.
Oh,
like
okay.
it's kind of the capital town. In 2017, it had like 15,000, 16,000 people in it. So you would think at the time frame of the 90s, we'd be looking more at like 10. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then because of the war and the sickness, something like that, at best a quarter of that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Is what's left.
Okay.
At best, and just as a ballpark figure for like a size of the town.
Yeah, like 2,500 people.
Maybe. Yeah. But anyway, so you're watching it for a while. And like I said, there were like 5 people there at this checkpoint coming into it. And you can kind of see them talking to each other and like watching down the road. And it seems like for the most part, they're just acting as a deterrent of some sort, at least like an initial, if somebody comes down this road, we can warn people and, let them know. You see some taller buildings that are left, not a lot. But you do see some people like up on top of buildings, kind of like looking off. Like a crow's nest kind of sniper positions, just keeping an eye out around. And what you do notice, Chris, since you're usually the recon person, is you notice one of the people at the checkpoint kind of like looks over in y'all's direction and like walks over, says something to somebody else and kind of like gestures in the general direction of y'all. And he like picks up binoculars, starts kind of like looking over this way, pans over away from you, lowers the binoculars and leans over, says something to him.
Well, we've been made, guys.
I never thought we'd get too far anyway, so let's just hope they're friendly.
Are you certain we have been discovered?
I mean, yeah, the guy was staring over here, leaned into what I assume was his supervisor, commander, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what, who knows what structure it is here.
I did not see them coming this way yet, though.
No, but he scanned binoculars, stayed on us, then kept scanning, and then talked to the guy next to him, so they know we're here.
And you see him kind of walk over and say something to one of the other guys at the checkpoint. Kind of like leans in, says something to him, turns around, starts looking back down the road. And you see the guy that he leaned in and said something to starts headed back into town.
And now he's moving into town. Reinforcements report, who knows?
Well, good news is they didn't fire on us.
No, hopefully he's not getting reinforcements. If we're going to go, we should go now. If we're going to go try to talk our way in.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's walk on up.
yeah, because if they see us all hunkered down here, it ain't gonna look good.
Do
Abundance of caution's one thing.
we all want to go together, or just me?
Again, we said earlier we didn't want it to look like we were holding people back to look fishy, so I think we just all walk up.
But they have more guns and more people.
Yes.
Maybe they just take our things and leave us.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Okay.
I think the direct approach is our best option at this point in time.
Okay. Let's do it.
So what are you guys doing?
Walking up.
What exactly are you doing?
We're all gonna move up to him.
Ooh, strolling up. Stratton.
All right, tell me what that looks like.
I do not have a weapon up. I have my weapon slung. I don't know that we're necessarily arms upping, but we're proceeding
No,
non-threateningly.
I'd say weapons slung, casual.
Yep. Yeah, Merrick's got the hunting rifle and the SVD slung, and yep.
Yeah, everything's kind of slung down its side, and we are trying to just look like road-weary travelers more than any kind of hostile threat.
Mm-hmm. So you guys start walking towards the checkpoint. And as you're moving towards it in a more obvious fashion, you see the one guy like yells out, says something to the other guy beside him, and like they all like grab their rifles and bring them to the low ready, right? They're holding them, not point them at you, but just kind of like they're ready with them, fingers and straighten off the trigger, but you know, and they're not aiming them, but
Merrick's gonna wave his handkerchief over his head.
and the one guy starts to walk out towards you all. Chris, you had noticed that there were some positions where people were on elevated shooting positions, right? And you actually see one of them like turn the rifle and start pointing it kind of in your all's direction. You see a couple of them pointing rifles your guys' way.
Guys, they got us covered from above, too, so don't do anything stupid.
Why are you looking at me?
Guilty conscience, brother?
Just don't move too quickly, and we should be okay.
We're all right, all right?
Everybody be cool. Be cool. I'm sorry, I will say that in English. Everybody be cool. Be cool.
I got it, Doctor.
I know. I just figured I would tell everyone else. He's got his hands like this. Like, he's got them up. Because he's like, I do not have a weapon. So this gentleman that's walking out towards you, he's got the AK down. He's got it at the low ready, and he's walking towards you. He comes walking up. Gets, I don't know, 10, 20 meters from y'all. I'm assuming you guys kind of meet halfway.
Yep.
And he's like, can I help you?
We're on the road. This man has been looking for his son.
Oh, you're a Pole.
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because at first he was speaking in English, because an assumption.
Right.
Yeah.
And Merrick jumped right into Polish. And Dr. Zelinsky here is also a Pole.
You're a doctor? Yes, I'm a doctor.
This is where Adam talks to himself.
What kind of doctor? Just a normal family practitioner. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I was curious. We have sick people.
But we've been on the road searching for this man's son and are very tired and just looking for a place to rest and possibly some more information that we could possibly gather.
This man's son? And he says it in English.
Yes, this is Captain Peterson. He is looking for his son.
Yeah, we were looking for 2nd Armored Division, and just a couple clicks back there, we came across a bunch of them that looked like they got hit pretty bad.
Yeah, 2nd Armored Division had come through this way. It's months ago, originally, part of their operation, and we had seen stragglers come back through. But yes, I know. Are you talking about by the gas station?
Yeah. We did pass the gas station back there.
Yeah, yes, we've seen that out there, and we could hear it. It was close enough. We could hear when they were getting shelled. We did not know exactly what was going on, but it was the Soviets had ambushed them.
Okay.
Thankfully, his son was not one of the casualties there, but so we continue the search for him, for more information and...
Right, you said stragglers and stuff. Do you know where they may have been trying to get to, or...?
It's hard to say. The Americans have pretty much have been chaotic at the best, their directions. Months ago, we met some on the bridge south of here. We'd met some, but I mean, there's 3 of them, if I remember correctly.
They were just... You just saw them heading north?
Yes, they headed north across the bridge. We had taken out a Soviet for personal reasons. Was actually part of the unit that had attacked those other stragglers at the gas station.
We did see that. The flipped over burnt vehicle.
Yes, that was us that did that.
What did this man do?
He was in charge of that group of Soviets. He was the sort of person that was trying to set up his own, I don't know, what is the English word? And he says fiefdom, like in Polish.
King, want to be king.
Yes, okay. He was trying to...
Like baron for area.
Right, set up a little, like as baron for the area, and was threatening with artillery, yada.
Rule through fear.
Right, and then we blew his ass up, basically. And he spits on the ground.
It looked like you did a heck of a job. I do have to say I admire the handiwork.
And then we left him there for the dogs to eat.
Does look like they had taken care of most of that by the time we went by.
Good.
So, I mean, we don't have much. We have a little bit of stuff that we've gathered in our travels that we might be able to trade. But, I mean, if you could give us a place to safely rest for a night, that would be amazing. And we were just trying to see if, like we said, we found the 2nd Armored Division there. We were just kind of trying to follow the trail that's led us this far.
Which one of you has best persuasion?
Yo.
What do you have for persuasion?
B&B.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got a B and a C.
B and a C, you got me.
What's my negatives?
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards flat with the pluses and minuses. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly because it's easier. Just to be like, yeah, fuck it, it's flat. What'd you get?
I got a 6 and a 1. Wait. I'll burn a challenge coin.
Okay. So that you can push the roll?
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, when you talk about a place to stay, you see like he has this moment of hesitation. Like he's like, I don't know. We've generally been friendly towards NATO and Americans, but the world has become more complicated than that. We knew of this one American was out there killing people, at least, or we assumed it was based on the evidence we came across. Jeremy?
Fucking worth it. That was a 10.
All right, so that's
Three
three successes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he says, we have had problems with Soviets, specifically that one, and, years of oppression. But also there's, from the evidence we've seen, there is an American out there that is not a good person either, or at least a group of them.
We came across an American as we were traveling with a much larger group at the time, and 2 of the people were shot. One of them was killed and the other one gets away. And English is so much harder. Is it okay if I just speak in Polish?
Of course.
They know the story. But they took the body and we tracked them to their location. We knew they had the body. They knew they had the body, but they still wouldn't give it to us, and they acted like we were fools for even asking. And then in one of the gas stations along the way, we find a corpse that looks like it had been cut apart and eaten. So I don't know if this is the same person or same group, but I understand your reservations, and I can assure you that we're not like that. I was a police officer in Cracovia, and I would not travel with those people.
There were some tales from the locals, stories that people tell. In times like this, people's imaginations sometimes run rampant. But it started as stories of the monster in the woods, in our nature preserve, for example. People eating people, cannibal hunting people, especially when food got scarce, and the weather and some of the wildlife not being as plentiful. Eventually we did discover that it was a group of Americans that were surviving this way. And we end right there.
I fucking tell you, he's Rose. He's cannibal fucking fuck.
Murph's buddy.
I don't believe it.
I care less about Rose. I just want to know if we're getting into town or not.
Brian just wants to know if he's getting in. You know what I mean?
Being a little pushy. A little bit of thirsty there, Brian. I thought you guys had refilled all your water.
But it's hot.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America. If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.